Yeah. So a lot of our sisters, they feel like once they come into the truth, they don't have a voice anymore. You know, they don't have any power anymore. You know, the sisters was kind of, the only thing that they was kind of hesitant about is about, you know, the man being the head over the woman. You know, so I want to talk about the women a little bit. You know,
bring it up.
We're gonna lead into it. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now when Darius reigned, he made a great feast unto all his subjects, and unto all his household, and unto all princes of Media and Persia, and to all the governors and captains and lieutenants that were under him, from India unto Ethiopia, of 127 provinces.
So we're under captivity. We're under the Persian captivity at this point, right? And they're throwing a big feast with all his captains and all of his lieutenants and things like that, right? Keep reading.
Verse 3, and when they had eaten and drunken, and being satisfied were gone home, then Darius the king went into his bedchamber and slept, and soon after awaked. Verse 4, then 3 young men that were of the guard that kept the king's body spake one to another. Verse 5, let every one of us speak, let every one of us speak a sentence. He that shall overcome, and whose sentence shall seem wiser than the others, unto him shall the king Darius give great gifts and great things in token of victory.
Right?
So, these 3 men, they came together and said, who's the wisest between us? Who can come up with the wisest thing between us? You know, we're going to present the things that we have, we're going to present it to the king, and we're going to let him decide, right?
Go to verse 10.
Verse 10, the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest.
So the first wrote, wine is the strongest. Wine is the most powerful thing, you know what I mean? He talks about how, you know, you under the influence and you'll fight your friends, you'll do whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep reading. Read the verse 11 again.
The second wrote, the king is strongest.
One of them wrote, the king is the strongest. He has the power over the lands. You know what I mean? He can do what he wants. No one can tell him what to do. He has control. Read.
Verse 12, the third wrote, women are strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory.
So the third wrote that women is the strongest. Women is the strongest, but above all is truth. So even stronger than women is the truth.
That's right.
Right? Go down to verse 4 and 1. 4 and 1.
Is it 41?
4 and 1.
This is the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not men excel in strength that bear rule over sea and land and all things in them? Verse 3, but yet the king is more mighty, for he is Lord of all these things, and hath dominion over them. And whatsoever he commandeth them, they do. If he bid them make war, the one against the other, they do it. If he send them out against the enemies, they go and break down mountains, walls, and towers. They slay and are slain, and transgress not the king's commandment. If they
Yeah, so that's showing the power of the king, you know? He does what he wants. He sends out men out where he wants, and he takes control of what he wants, even of other kingdoms if need be. All right?
Verse 23.
Jump to verse 25.
Verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother.
And this is speaking on the third. It said a man loveth his wife better than father and mother. And that's a powerful love. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes.
So many have lost their minds for women. You know what I mean? A lot of women don't understand. A lot of women do understand the power that they can have over a man. Right? You can drive a man wild, you can drive a man crazy. Keep reading.
Many also have perished have erred and sinned for women.
Many have perished, many have died because of women. You know, well, we have to acknowledge that. Keep going.
And now, do you not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him and Epame, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head, and setting it upon her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand.
So here you have a woman sitting next to the king, took the crown off the king's head and punched the king, right? Like it was nothing, and played with the king. No man would be able to do this to him. But that woman is near and dear to him. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 31. And yet, for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure in him, the king was fain to flatter, that she might be reconciled to him again.
So he was appeasing this woman. This is the king. He has the power over all the land. You know what I'm saying? But this woman is getting to do whatever she wants with the king. You know what I'm saying? She's punching him. She's laughing at him. He's laughing with her at him, at himself. You know what I'm saying? Giggling. Jump down to pull what you got. So that's showing kind of the power. That's showing the power of the that the king has, and that women have even more power than that. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess. But be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord.
So because that's what's the most powerful thing right there. Those songs, those hymns, those are little prayers. Those are things that they're saying to each other. Because like what the third brother said, is that the truth is even stronger than women. It says the truth excels them all, right? Keep going.
Verse 20, giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God.
All right. So one of the things that women get upset with is that we tell them that they have to submit themselves to us.
We got no more flyers?
Jesus Christ.
But read that again. Read that last verse again.
21, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God.
But we also have to submit to one and to another. So you shouldn't feel like you don't have a voice because you have to submit to a man, because we have to submit to men. You know? And keep reading.
22, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
So you have to submit to your own husband as unto the Lord.
That's right.
That's the structure. That's how we do things. That's how we get things done. We're going to pull Proverbs. You stay there. No, hold up right now. Get 11 and get 14 and 1.
Damn, brother, I just gave you a flyer.
This is the book of Proverbs 14 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Plucketh it down.
Foolish woman.
The foolish woman will pluck down her house.
That's right.
If you want to build up your house as a wise woman, you need a blueprint. In the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments, there's a structure right here in this book. The blueprint is right here in this book. Right? So keep reading.
Ephesians 5 and 23.
Bring it out.
For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church.
So that's the structure. That's part of the blueprint. The husband is the head of the wife, and Christ is the head of the church.
That's right.
And he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husband in everything.
So if you want to build up your house, you have to maintain this structure. You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. The scriptures are showing you the way. Go ahead and pull. Sorry, 26. And get Proverbs 11.
This is an old man. This is an old man in the car playing this. An old man.
He's still trying to feel that youth.
I mean, he's old. Get this.
What's going on, brother?
Proverbs 11, verse 22.
Straight out.
As a jewel
You too.
of gold in a swan's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
So you can have a beautiful jewel, you know what I'm saying? Have it sparkling and shining in your eyes, but you're not gonna want that jewel when you put it in a swine's mouth.
Right.
That's like a woman without discretion. A woman that's without discretion is a woman that's without, you know, decor.
Right.
You know what I mean? She don't know how to act. She don't know how to conduct herself. You know, she's out here in Atlanta walking down the street showing off her whole body. That's
Right.
a woman without discretion, and she can be beautiful. But you don't want a woman like that in your house.
That's right.
You don't want to think about your rib or your wife or your daughter being outside showing their whole body out to the whole street, to the whole world for free.
In the streets yelling WAP.
In the streets yelling what?
Read 12 and 4.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 4.
Bring it out.
A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is a rottenness in his bones.
A virtuous woman is like a crown to her husband.
That's right.
It's a beautiful thing. You want men to see it. You put it on you like, look at the wife I got. Look at the fringes she's sewing on. Hey, my rib cooked me a meal. You know what I mean? She's a glory to him. That's what a crown is.
Look how kind she is to me.
Kind.
Look how understanding she is.
Kind.
You understand?
Kind. That's a crown. You have a woman like that, you have a crown. Keep read that second part again though.
But that maketh ashamed is a rottenness in his bones.
That maketh ashamed is rottenness to his bones. You can't do anything with that. You got rottenness in your bones, everything is a burden. You know, you can't talk to that woman. You can't take that woman anywhere because she's about to embarrass you. She's about to say something that you don't want anybody else to hear. She's about to make up lies. She's gonna say certain things about you. She's gonna make your whole household look bad. It says rottenness. That's a painful disease to have rottenness in your bones. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26 and verse 20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession, 26:1, Shalaki. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled.
So you love your husband, you want him to live long, be virtuous.
That's right.
Be kind to him, be affectionate to him. Because you're going to increase his days on this earth. Because it makes life easier. You have a good wife around you, your days will be double. You have a bad wife around you, your days will probably be cut in half because of all the stress you got to put up with. You can't do nothing. You tell your rib, like, I want to eat this. You're like, nah, we having this. Why you ask me when we gonna eat this? You know, you're dealing with that day on and day off. You know what I'm saying? It wears you down after a time. But if you got a virtuous wife, everything's gonna run smoothly. Your family is like a well-oiled machine. You know, your kids are gonna be in order. You don't got to tell your wife to do 50,000 things because she already knows that she needs to do 50,000 things. You know what I'm saying? And you're on that same coin. You're doing the things that you need to do as well, right? Keep reading.
Verse 2, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Verse 3, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Kind. So if you fear the Most High, I know a lot of brothers is hurting out here. A lot of brothers is looking for wives. You know what I mean? If you fear the Most High, you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. If the Most High sees fit, He'll grant you one.
That's right.
And He'll grant you a good one. You don't got to settle for a wicked wife. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing. You'll be better off burning and having no wife than getting you a wicked wife that's making you miserable every day. You know. So be patient and get a woman that's going to help build your house up. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Verse.
And you know the scriptures tell you seek ye the kingdom of heaven first.
Right.
And these things shall be added unto you. You know what I mean? So if you're in need for a woman to be your helpmeet, you know what I'm saying? Stay in these scriptures.
They trying to entice the police. They trying to entice the police.
See me? Do they hear my motorcycle?
They want the police to chase them.
Are they looking? Can I do a wheelie?
Yeah, no, you good. I'll read that again.
This verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
So you know, you get that woman that the Most High sends you, you'll be able to rejoice. You'll be able to have a cheerful countenance. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and bring your piece up out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
That's right.
A help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
That's that pillar of rest. That's that good possession. You know, every man needs that. Every man is going to have a bad day at some point. You know what I'm saying? A bad week, a bad month. If you have that good woman there that's going to help you out, she's going to help you get through that bad time faster and easier.
That's right.
That's her purpose.
Right.
You know? And we try us as men, we need to try our best to be the best Israelite man that we can be.
That's right.
And women, like, you need to try to be the best Israelite woman that you could be.
There you go, brother.
Right.
You know? Don't stop at I think I'm good enough.
Yeah,
I think this is okay. You know, I cook, I clean up sometime, you know what I'm saying? This is good. You know what I mean? Be better than that.
Cook twice a week.
I didn't argue with him this week.
I let him slide one time.
So I was a good wife.
I let him slide. You know? You need to be the best Israelite woman you can be.
All the time.
All the time.
I didn't flatten his tires.
And-
With a cookie?
And being like that, you know, your husband, you'll see the change in your husband. Your husband ain't gonna be like, hey, I gotta go to the bar. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my boy, you know, we gotta watch the game. I need some time off, baby. You know what I'm saying? He gonna want to stay with you because he in the kingdom with you. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know, I got something going on right now. You know, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. Because he enjoying his woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he knows about that.
These brothers cheesing hard too.